Let's talk some sports, baby.
Taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by Jones.
And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.
All right, let's keep it in the NBA and take a look at the teams currently on the outside looking in with a chance to sneak into the playoffs. Each team is more than 3 games out of the 8th place right now, so they won't be able to afford many slip-ups if they want a shot at the 8th seed. All right, Cody, out of these 6 outstanding contenders, who is most likely to make a run at that 8th seed?
They are certainly outstanding, but I think we look at these teams. The Blazers are the team that, for me, I think has the best chance to kind of break through and get a playoff spot if we assume that Memphis isn't in this conversation, since they're like the default right now. You have the star power of Damian Lillard, who I still think is a top 10 player in this league. He's fully healthy. He's ready to go. He missed a couple games. He's been banged up a little bit, but now hopefully with all this time off, he's more than recovered and ready to get it again. He was 5th in the league in points at 29 points per game and with 7.8 assists. He's good for 6th in the league in that. Him and CJ, I think, have proven that they can will a team forward. And when we look at this return, I'm looking at teams with the superstars we talked about in the last topic to succeed more. I think you can just give the ball to someone like Damian Lillard and say, hey, go out there and just make this happen with our limited time we've had to practice and prepare and get ready. You're going to have a better chance than a team that's got to rely on that sort of chemistry and whatnot. And Lillard, I think he's been one of the players that have proven that he can truly do that. I mean, there's a lot of stars and superstars that can do it for a game or two, like a Joel Embiid, but then he goes out and does whatever. But I think Lillard has separated himself from these players that, hey, in a series or whatever, I can be a guy that shows up every night and really can pull a team ahead of another one by just being who I am. So hopefully that's what we'll be looking at for them. I know, these guys are going to be ready. They're in shape, and they've got the muscle memory. So I'm looking forward to him doing that. And like we said all year, man, the Blazers, they shouldn't suck as much as they do. After that backcourt, you have a capable rim defender in Hassan Whiteside. You have capable shooting in Trevor Ariza, and you have some solid rotational guys like Rodney Hood. I mean, even Carmelo is giving you 15 points off the bench and starting at times for injuries. This is a team they should be able to seize the opportunity and push a young Grizzlies team for a playoff spot. And I would, at the absolute minimum, expect them to be able to get into a play-in tournament within 4 games. I would expect them to at least stay within 4 games of the Grizzlies. Another team that I would say could also make a push to San Antonio, and that's only because of the faith in Coach Pop. This is a very strange situation, very trying times, very new, and I know that he's never experienced something like this, but he no doubt knows how to lead a team and get them through some adverse situations. And again, you do have the star power of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. Now, most people don't even remember they exist anymore, but that might be enough to sneak a couple wins out of this little mini regular season. I mean, there's only 8 games. You win 5 or 6, as a team that's 3.5 back, you might have a chance to leapfrog 1 or 2 more teams. So it shouldn't take a miracle, right? So I would hope that San Antonio would be able to draw on that experience they have to be able to maybe eke out ahead of some of these other teams and be the difference than, say, them versus like a younger team like Phoenix or something. And then, besides them, I don't have a lot of faith in some of these other teams. The Suns and Kings don't really do it for me. The Pelicans they might be too young. I'm not, that one's tough. And the Wizards, they just don't want to play defense, so they're out. So, yeah, overall, Portland and San Antonio are the 2 teams I would expect to make noise out of this group.
Yeah, I think Portland's probably the safest pick if you had to, if you were taking a bet on this, Portland would probably be the safest bet. And I will say, out of all these teams, Portland has the best player. They have Damian Lillard. I've just been so unenamored with Portland all year that as much as you probably could be right about this, I'm just not going to go that way. I just haven't seen enough all year. I mean, this is a team, again, this was a Western Conference Finals team last season. And I know they got swept by Golden State, but that's still such an accomplishment. And to follow that up to be in this position, it's just been, they've been outside of Philadelphia. They've been the most disappointing team in the NBA for me. I would go. I'm going to go New Orleans. As much as I believe Portland has the best player out of all these teams, the Pelicans to me, and I know I was critical of the NBA and how this appears to be set up, because I think it has an it has the look of trying to create an opportunity for New Orleans. But New Orleans has the most dominant force that can make the biggest difference, I believe, and that's Zion. He's shown no ill effects of the injury that kept him out for the first half of the season. He's putting up great numbers. He's giving you 23 points a game. Um, listen. We talked about one of the things we looked at when he was coming in the NBA is how will he do? Will he be able to bully his way to the basket the same way he did in college? There's been times where he's faced some heavy resistance. A game against the Bucks comes to mind, but against most NBA teams, he's been able to do what he wants and get to the rim, to the point where we're looking around saying we thought he might need to improve his perimeter shooting, but now we're looking around saying it may not even be necessary because he's that great and that skilled and adept at getting his shot at the rim. It just seems that he is an unstoppable force. And with that in mind, you also have to take consideration you've got a guy that's played at an all-star level the entire season in Brandon Ingram. He's been fantastic. Could be your most improved player this season. Jrue Holiday, let's not forget, this is a guy who a couple years ago, playing his butt off defensively, actually shutting down Damian Lillard in the playoffs. He can do it for you. JJ Redick remains a great shooter that can help you off the bench. Lonzo Ball, got to give credit where credit is due. He's made some strides this season. Josh Hart, Derek Favors, they're a pretty deep team. And the only question I have with them is, could we get any level of defense? If they play an ounce of defense, they could have a great chance at being the 8th seed and have a shot they'd have a great shot in this playoff against Memphis if that's how it shakes out. But yeah, just so we don't want to leave anybody out. Let's cover the rest of them. Yeah, Sacramento. Yeah, they were my sleeper.
Had some scrappy moments, but
yeah, they were my sleeper playoff team. I'm on the record as saying Luke Walton was my coach of the year. He's not going to win that award now. San Antonio would be a nice story if they got it done. That would be the 23rd consecutive year they'd make the playoffs.
That streak is on the line right now.
I would put an asterisk next to it. But I mean Phoenix and Washington. Can we please get real? All of these, every last one of these 6 teams is 8 games under 500, and Washington is 16 games under 500. They're not going anywhere. I'm sorry.
Not playing defense. Oof.
Yeah. But yeah, I would go New Orleans, although I am gonna concede that Portland is probably the safe pick.